genuinely groomed on the biggest surface they've had, or the biggest base they've had in many years. They have 5 mountain areas for today, 47 trails, and 7 lifts. Stratton Mountain, 5 double chairs, all trails, 55 to 69 base, frozen granular, all trails with the exception of 2, and one of them is the grizzly bear, and I don't know what the other, I forgot what Larry Jenks said, but there's a couple that aren't open, otherwise they're all open. And that's pretty much the story. It's a spring ski day ahead of us, and it should be a good one on a Tuesday with milder temperatures throughout the week. This is Harry Duff.
Ellie Pankin invites you to Dialogue 81 today at 12:30 when the Internal Revenue Service will be guesting. They'll be with Ellie on Wednesday as well. So for 2 fun-filled days when you can find out how many of your dollars will be turning into tax dollars, listen to Dialogue 81. You may well ask, and Ellie hopes you do. On Dialogue 81, 12:30 today on your radio station, WGY. Straight ahead, Starland Vocal Band, Carole King, and Glenn Campbell.
It's 31 degrees and partly cloudy at 6:30. This is Dick Beach with WGY News up to the minute. A gunman in the Cleveland suburb of Warrensville Heights, Ohio, has released a 17-year-old girl he'd held hostage for nearly 10 hours at City Hall. But the gunman is still holding a police captain. Police say the man says he's mad at the white world. He's reportedly demanding that the news media publicize his grievances, and he's said to have asked to speak to President Carter. United States intelligence sources say nationalist China is considering the new Israeli Kafir fighter plane as a possible replacement for its aging U.S.-built F-104s. If the Taiwan government chooses the Kafir, the U.S. would be confronted with a decision on whether to allow the sale of the Israeli plane, which is powered by a U.S.-made engine. The State Department last month vetoed Israel's request for permission to sell 24 of the planes to Ecuador. Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin offered a toast at a small working dinner at the White House last night. Rabin said he hopes the United States will vigorously pursue a course of peace in the Middle East. He also said he hopes the United States will make certain that Israel's strength will allow it to defend itself by itself. South Korea's Foreign Minister Park Tong-jim meets with Defense Secretary Brown in Washington today. The two are expected to discuss the Carter administration's plans for a reduced American military presence in South Korea. Park meets later in the week with Secretary of State Vance and National Security Affairs Advisor